Alright, so people have been asking me to make a video on this thing since I've been kind of ignoring it, and it's lagging like fuck, holy shit. I didn't want to talk about this shit too soon because I got all my hopes up about MW2 Remastered, and the shit is just, we got all that information and nothing came of it, and people are saying this thing is gonna get announced, and this isn't, and this date, and all this other bullshit, so I tried staying away from a lot of this shit a little bit. It's just like around a month or so like that until the reveal for Black Ops 4, but there's a lot of rumors that are going around about Black Ops 4. I don't really know, it could be just like, you know, one big troll, things could not be as bad as they sound, all the sources could be completely wrong, they could be completely right, but it's actually much better than we're thinking it is. I don't know. So there's been a lot of information since I talked about this, and it's just, so first we got all those rumors about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Those rumors, from the last that we've heard anyway, said that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered was coming out. Everybody got super excited about it, and then we were told that it's just going to be campaign only. And now we're starting to get these rumors here that say it's not about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, but it may be related because there might be a lot of information floating out there that something is missing, some sort of mode, or some shit is changing. We heard about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, then it was said that it was campaign only. Now, we're hearing about Black Ops 4, and we're hearing that it won't even have a campaign. And that's not even the craziest rumor. Me, I don't really give a shit if campaign is on the game. Now, I mean, it sucks if I would have to spend $60 for a game that I usually would have gotten more content with, but if the multiplayer makes up for it, I'll deal with it. I don't care. I haven't played campaign in I don't even know how long. But hear about one Call of Duty, and then potentially hear that it's just a campaign, and then we end up hearing another rumor where one of the games didn't even have time to finish a campaign. Apparently, there was some shit where, I don't know, they were working on something and it was too outlandish and they had to scrap the idea or salvage some shit, I don't know. I'm not a great source of, you know, information on these rumors and I don't know them exactly, but the gist of the entire thing is that this does have a lot of information backing it, some tweets and stuff expressing some of his, I guess, frustrations with the whole process, because I guess he had an idea and he pitched it out there and I guess they may have already started, and then it turns out that they turned that whole thing down and seemed very upset about it, so I don't really know. We're like, what, 5-6 months out from the release, and we're hearing about all of these, you know, rumors about how the game is unfinished and this won't have this mode, and also that Raven is working on a separate Battle Royale mode. And a lot of people have been asking my opinion on the whole Battle Royale thing. I mean, it sounds cool. It doesn't necessarily hurt anybody. It's just more content. Now, whether it'll be good or not, that's completely separate. Making a Call of Duty Battle Royale in itself, by nature, is not going to hurt anybody. Unless somehow it takes away from the main game being Black Ops 4, which apparently also is completely shifted from what Call of Duty originally is, because there's rumors about it being like Overwatch or some shit. Now, I've played Overwatch. I'm not going to say Overwatch is a bad game in any way, shape, or form. It is a very successful game. A whole bunch of people play it. A lot of people watch it. A lot of people play it. It's a very good game. I don't play it, though. I've played it a couple times. It's just not really my game. You know, as far as that, PC shooters, I'm not really into PC shooters. Now, I am playing a PC shooter right now, and, you know, I do play Fortnite and all that other stuff, but imagining playing Call of Duty on PC in an updated version of the game that I'm not completely familiar with, I think the only reason I can even enjoy playing IW4X on PC is because it's Modern Warfare 2. And even then, I would plug a controller in if it worked. I'm just not really much of a, you know, a PC FPS kind of guy. Just Overwatch in general, you know, you gotta practice a whole bunch of different things. There's a whole bunch of different characters. They all have their own abilities and roles and shit like that. I just couldn't really find my identity in the game, and yeah, I just gave up from that point on. It just didn't really hold my attention, but in no way, shape, or form is it bad. I'm afraid that that may just be the case for Call of Duty for me. If they completely change up the game from what it was, I just don't know how much I'm gonna like it, you know? It's because it's gonna be like a completely different game. I like the classic respawn TDM modes and shit like that. I'm just sniping and everything, and I mean, maybe that's bad for the game in general, but that's just the type of player I am. I like playing for kills, although I do like winning games and playing objectives and stuff like that. Call of Duty winning in public matches was just never really a big deal to me. I could go 4-87, and as long as those 4 kills were a quad feed, I'm satisfied. I don't care. It's not that I completely dislike non-respawn game modes, it's just I prefer to definitely, you know, play respawn. And obviously Overwatch is respawn and everything, but just objectively, you know, I just want to play TDM and shit, so I just want to play, you know, the classic Call of Duty. You know, you got a map and you got to get to this certain amount of kills and you just play it out, and that's it. I don't want to play anything like War, although it's fun. I want to play classic COD, you know? That completely changes. I mean, I can't even guarantee I'm gonna like it. It's also just kind of bad signs in general, hearing about like all of these things and all these rumors and stuff, and it's just some sort of like cryptic, elaborate type of shit. Treyarch does do that whole cryptic type of shit a lot. Lots of different codes and subliminal messages and all sorts of shit, so I guess there's more things pointing towards it being true than false with these rumors, just because of how many people have confirmed this to be a thing and the specifics of it and the different sources getting their information, but they're all generally the same sounding. Just sounds like they have some sort of source that is genuinely getting this information, just no bullshit. I'm just saying, in a Battle Royale mode, how the fuck am I gonna get a quad feed? 5 on. How am I going to do what I've been doing the past, like, fucking 10 years? I know a lot of people are like, oh man, just grow and adapt, you know, it's just change with the the game and everything like that. And I mean, if it's no longer the game that, you know, I originally played, even in its core, the whole advanced movement shit and all that other stuff, it still felt like Call of Duty. It was still Call of Duty at its core, just a different movement. And that was a pretty big change for Call of Duty. And this is a whole new level of change. This isn't just adding a different type of movement into the game. It's going into the core aspects of Call of Duty that may potentially be changing. And although I'm excited for it, I can't help but, you know, worry about it, you know what I mean? I'm not guaranteeing that it's going to be bad or good. I'm just worried that if it is bad, well, and then there's also rumors that are saying, and further supporting this whole Overwatch thing, is that you potentially have some abilities and shit that will actually have you go from the base movement, the boots on the ground shit, to being able to get some sort of, you know, advanced movement. Maybe a character's ability, like on Overwatch or something like that. You turn it on, and for a certain amount of time, this is what you're able to do. Or maybe just in general, a certain character is able to just have this advanced movement, and maybe their, you know, kit is weaker in certain areas than others. I don't know. It could just be so many different things, but there's a rumor about that as well, saying that there could potentially be advanced movement. It's not just strictly boots on the ground. It could be a mixture of both. I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. I didn't really want to talk about it because I just kind of want to wait to get some information instead of, you know, just making multiple videos on it and getting all excited and then just getting let down. Shit, even some of the information that I've gotten in DMs from people, they kind of point in that direction. I don't know. Hopefully they do a really good job with it. I don't really know how this game is going to play. So, no, that's just my thoughts on that. My brain thoughts and all that shit about that is just, it's pretty scrambled, pretty all over the place. I don't want to assume too much or think about it too much, or, you know, I'm just gonna get disappointed again, just like I did with the whole MW2 remastered shit. So, I mean, shit, the thing that I'm playing right now, forcing me to think about Modern Warfare 2 remastered and what it could have or could possibly still be. I'm just hanging on to a little bit of hope. Same way I'm hanging on to a little bit of hope that if they do go in this different direction, you know, they can do it right. I don't know exactly what the right way is, but the Black Ops 4 potentially could just play completely different from any other Call of Duty we've ever seen. And potentially Raven Software is rumored to be making a Battle Royale mode, which is completely separate, which will have multiple years of support while other games are coming out. Similar to COD Online, like when a new game comes out, you know, they'll go and put the new weapons in the game or some of the new weapons and shit like that. So, and that sounds really good. They definitely need to pump out updates way more often than they have been traditionally. They definitely got to pick it up. Sledgehammer started picking it up a little bit. And even though a lot of people aren't going to give World War II a chance anymore, they have, in my opinion, done a pretty good job with these updates, and they've been pretty consistent. If we get another update in about maybe a month's time or something like that, that'd be great. If we could just keep it on this kind of thing where we expect these updates a little bit more often than we're used to getting, it's a good direction for Call of Duty, at least in my opinion anyway. I'm sure someone somewhere somehow is, you know, opposed to getting more content in the game, or maybe more issues with it than I'm thinking. And before anybody goes and assumes that, like, I think Overwatch is bad or any other game is bad, or, you know, these certain game modes or non-respawn game modes and all that shit are bad or anything like that, just imagine it like this. This is the best way I can explain it. Imagine you played Overwatch or Rainbow Six or some other shit for a decade, and then at some point down the road they decide to change the game's core identity. I feel like anybody that cares about the game will definitely, you know, worry at least a little bit, want more information, want to know more. I don't know if there's a classic game modes and style and shit like that inside of the game. Is it implemented somewhere? Are we forced to do this? I don't know. There's just so many things that are going through my mind right now, like just thinking about, like, what about traditional kill streaks? Are perks gonna just be character specific? Is everything customizable? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's my lazy 2 cents on the whole thing. I didn't want to talk too much about it just because I'm not really sure of all the information and I just don't want to go too deep again. We'll see in a month, I guess. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. My most recent videos are popping up on the screen here. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, and yeah, it's been Jev, guys. Later.